Hi everyone, my name is Lucía Gil, and this is my assignment for the subject Intercultural Communication as part of our Cultural Week project. Today, I will talking about a fascinating and widely spoken variety of English, Indian English. I will explore its history, classification, linguistic characteristics, and some other cultural aspects related to its use in India. Let's begin. So let's start by understanding what Indian English actually is. Indian English, often abbreviated as Hindi, refers to the variety of English spoken in India. It's mainly used as a second language, but for many people, especially in urban areas, it functions almost like a first language, particularly in education, business, and media. Moreover, India has one of the largest population of English speakers in the world, around 125 million people, and this number continues to grow every year. The origins of Indian English go back to the British colonial period, when English was introduced as the language of administration and law. Over time, Indian English has evolved, adapting to the local languages and cultures of the country, which make it a distinctive and legitimate variety of English today. Secondly, let's classify Indian English according to two major models: Castle three circles model and merged word system of Englishes. First, according to Bragg-Castle model, Indian English belongs to the outer circle. This includes countries where English was brought through colonization, but where it didn't replace native languages. So in India, English is used as a second language, mainly in institutional contents like education, law, and government. Castro describes these countries as non-developing, meaning that they are creating their own standards for English use. However, Castro's model has been criticized for ignoring regional, social, and multilingual realities. That's why Christian Mayer proposed a newer model in 2013. In Mayer's world system of Englishes, Indian English is classified as a super central variety. This means it is a standard form English that plays a major role in international communication and has local prestige. Mayer's model recognizes the influence of both British and American English and considers how varieties like Indian English functions globally and locally. So both models help us understand Indian English as a powerful, evolving variety with international relevance. Let's now look at four remarkable linguistic characteristics of Indian English, compared with both British and American English. First, let's talk about vocabulary. Indian English includes distinctive expressions like prepone for bringing something earlier in time or cousin brother instead of just cousin. These are not found in British or American English. Second, pronunciation. Indian English tend to be rothy, like American English, meaning that the R is pronounced. It also uses retroflexive sounds for T and D. In this table, we can see some clear distinctive aspects of pronunciation. Third, grammar. Indian English often uses the progressive tense in cases where British and American English would use the simple present. For example, she is liking music instead of she likes music. For syntax and discourse, questions may appear without subject verb inversion, as in where you are going instead of where are you going. These characteristics show how Indian English reflects local languages and identify while still being a fully functional variety of English. Next, the cultural and linguistic environment in India plays a crucial role in shaping Indian English. First, India is one of the most linguistically diverse countries in the world, with 22 official languages and hundreds of regional ones. This makes multilingualism the norm rather than the exception. English often coexists with Hindi or other local languages in everyday life. Because of this, Code switching, that is, alternating between English and another languages within the same sentence and conversation, is very common. One well known outcome is Hinglish, a hybrid of Hindi and English, widely used in urban areas and popular media. Secondly, it's important to highlight Bollywood advertising and pop culture, often use a mix of English and Indian languages. This contributes to an Indian style of English that reflects the country's creativity and identity. All in all, the multilingual reality of India, along with its cultural traditions, explains why Indian English is such a dynamic and evolving variety. To finish, I would like to briefly show you the main source I use to prepare my activity and presentation. Finally, thank you so much for your attention.